A Night in the Horror House ends. As Alex and her friends ventured deeper into the heart of the woods, the air grew thick with an ominous presence, as if the very forest itself whispered warnings of danger. The twisted trees loomed overhead, their gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal fingers, casting eerie shadows upon the forest floor. Each step they took seemed to echo through the silence, a grim cadence that matched the beating of their anxious hearts. Despite the palpable sense of dread that hung in the air, the group pressed on, driven by a sense of duty and a determination to confront the darkness that threatened their town. With each passing moment, the ancient trees seemed to close in around them, their twisted forms obscuring the moonlight and casting the forest into deeper shadow. Finally, they reached the clearing where the mansion stood, a desolate expanse of overgrown grass and decaying foliage. But as they approached, they found the mansion transformed, its once decrepit facade pulsating with an otherworldly energy. Dark magic crackled in the air, sending shivers down their spines as they beheld the sight before them. The walls of the mansion shimmered with ancient runes, their intricate patterns glowing with an ethereal light. Shadows danced in the flickering torchlight, twisting and contorting as if alive with malevolent intent. And at the heart of it all stood a gathering of cloaked figures, their faces obscured by darkness, their presence ominous and foreboding. In the center of the chamber stood the stranger who had appeared on that fateful Halloween night, their form commanding and enigmatic. Their eyes seemed to pierce through the darkness, locking onto each member of the group with an intensity that sent chills down their spines. With a voice like thunder, the stranger spoke of a prophecy long forgotten, a prophecy that spoke of a chosen few who would stand against the darkness and restore balance to the world. As their words echoed through the chamber, Alex and her friends felt a sense of destiny wash over them, their roles in the unfolding events becoming clear. With newfound resolve and a sense of purpose burning in their hearts, they faced the cloaked figures and the malevolent spirit that lurked within the mansion's depths. Their weapons gleamed in the dim light, ready to do battle against the forces of darkness that threatened to consume their town. As the final confrontation erupted into chaos, the mansion seemed to come alive with a malevolent energy, its very walls trembling with the fury of the battle raging within. Shadows danced and flickered like specters in the dim torchlight, casting eerie shapes upon the crumbling floors. Spells crackled through the air, each burst of arcane energy accompanied by a deafening roar that reverberated through the halls. The air itself seemed charged with dark magic, crackling and sparking with each clash of swords and blast of mystical power. With every swing of their weapons, Alex and her friends could feel the weight of the darkness pressing down upon them, its icy grip tightening with each passing moment. Spectral forms materialized from the shadows, their twisted visages contorted with rage as they lunged forward with ghostly weapons in hand. Cries of anguish echoed through the darkness, piercing the silence like daggers as the battle raged on. The very fabric of reality seemed to warp and twist, the boundaries between the physical world and the realm of the supernatural blurring into a nightmarish haze. But through it all, Alex and her friends stood firm, their courage and determination unwavering in the face of true evil. With each swing of their swords and each blast of their magic, they pushed back against the darkness, their hearts filled with a fierce resolve to protect their town and those they held dear. And as the battle reached its climax, a blinding light erupted from the center of the chamber, illuminating the darkness with a brilliant intensity. With a final, anguished scream, the malevolent spirit of the Van der Linden patriarch was banished back to the depths from whence it came, leaving behind only echoes of its torment. As the dust settled and the echoes of battle faded into silence, Alex and her friends emerged from the wreckage of the mansion, their bodies weary but their spirits unbroken. For though the darkness had been vanquished, they knew that their journey was far from over, that new challenges and dangers awaited them in the shadows, and that they would face them together, as a united front against the forces of evil. As the sun rose over Colorado, its golden rays casting long shadows across the town, Alex and her friends gathered in the center square, their faces weary but filled with a sense of triumph. The townsfolk emerged from their homes, their expressions a mix of relief and gratitude as they realized that the darkness that had plagued their town for so long had finally been vanquished. Amidst the crowd, whispers of gratitude and admiration followed Alex and her friends, their bravery and heroism the talk of the town. But amidst the celebration, a sense of unease lingered, a feeling that the darkness they had faced was not truly gone, but merely lying in wait, biding its time until it could rise again. As the day wore on and the festivities continued, Alex and her friends found themselves drawn to the outskirts of town, where the mansion stood silent and still, a silent sentinel of the horrors they had faced. With a sense of trepidation, they approached the crumbling ruins, their footsteps echoing off the walls like a haunting melody. Inside, the mansion lay in ruins, its once grand halls now empty and desolate. But as they explored its shadowy depths, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, that the darkness they had faced had not truly been defeated, but merely driven into hiding, waiting for the right moment to strike again. And then, as they reached the heart of the mansion, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber, a chamber filled with ancient tomes and arcane artifacts, each one pulsing with dark energy. With a sense of dread, they realized that the true source of the mansion's malevolence had not been vanquished, but merely contained. A shadow lurking in the darkness, waiting for its chance to rise again. With heavy hearts and a sense of foreboding, Alex and her friends left the mansion behind, knowing that their battle was far from over. But as they returned to the town square, they found solace in the knowledge that they had faced the darkness together, and that no matter what trials lay ahead, they would always stand united against the shadows that threatened to consume their world. Thanks for watching.